sit down. We're going to start with our service. Welcome. Shabbat Shalom, everyone. As usually with technology, we have lots of complications. We call them gremlins, which is probably a Jewish name for it. But wherever you are, we welcome you in, and we're grateful to have you here at Congregation Shir Shalom. Just a word for people that are joining us. We are not using the Mishkan Shalom prayer book. We're using the Kol Hanshama Reconstructionist prayer book. And it is can be found on our synagogue website, a PDF of it. And Jarah will be leading the majority of the service. It's my great honor to invite her up. She's going to be leading from Mishkan to Tefillah, just a couple of prayers, which are on page 288 in that prayer book, but no one else needs to have that. So we invite Jarah up to begin her service.
May my life be one link in a chain of goodness. As I say the prayers of my ancestors, help me recall their devotion and faithfulness, their joy and suffering, which in every word, holiness is my heritage. May I be worthy of it. May our traditions live in me, and pass from me to generations I shall never know, enriched by the truth that I have found, and the good deeds I have done. So may I fulfill my task on earth and receive my blessing. And when the service ends and the prayers have ceased, help me bring their spirit into the world which I live. May I love God above all and my neighbors as myself, and be a living witness of the truth that never changes. Moda'ani lefanecha, melech chai v'kayam, shehefezarta b'nishmati b'chemla, Rabba emunatecha, Rabba emunatecha. Please turn to page 141 in the Kol HaNeshama prayer book. Ma tovu ohalecha Yaakov, mishkenotecha Yisrael. Ma tovu ohalecha Yaakov, mishkenotecha Yisrael. Please turn to page 143 for the Talit blessing. I invite my grandmothers, Safta Mendel and Safta Lynette, to present me with my Talit. kinichadu, v'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu, lehi ate bat tzitzi.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, shehechianu, v'kiyamanu, v'hidyanu, v'azman hazeh. Please turn to pages 155 through 161 for the Birchot HaShachar. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu chei ha'olamim, hanotein lasech vivina, v'havchin ben yom u'ben laila. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu chei ha'olamim, rokah ha'aretz al hamayim. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu chei ha'olamim, pokeach ivrim. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu chei ha'olamim, mobish arumim. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu chei ha'olamim, matir asurim. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu chei ha'olamim, ozer Yisrael b'tifar. Zokev kefufim. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu chei ha'olamim, hamochein mitzadei gaver. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu chei ha'olamim, shasali kol tzorki. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu chei ha'olamim, ozer Yisrael b'gvura. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu chei ha'olamim, oter Yisrael b'tifara. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu chei ha'olamim, shasani b'tzamo. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu chei ha'olamim, shasani bat chorim. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu chei ha'olamim, shasani Yisrael. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu chei ha'olamim, hanotein laya et koach. Please turn to page 162. I now invite Boaz Lazarus Klein for the English reading. Blessed you, the architect, our God, the sovereign of all worlds, who shaped the human being with wisdom, making for us all the openings of the vessels of the body. It is revealed and known before your throne of glory that if one of these passageways be open, when it should be closed, or blocked up, when it should be free, one could not stay alive or stand before you. Blessed you, miraculous, the wondrous healer of all flesh. Please turn to page 165 for Elohai Neshama. Elohai Neshama Shenatata B'Tehorahi. Elohai Neshama Shenatata B'Tehorahi. Elohai Neshama Shenatata turn to page 247. We will read below the line on 246. As we bless the source of life, so we are blessed. As we bless the source of life, so we are blessed. And the blessing gives us strength and makes our vision clear. And the blessing gives us peace and the courage to dare. Baruch et Adonai Hanevorach. Baruch Adonai Hanevorach le'olam. Amen. Please be seated. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam yotzer or uvarei chosef oseh shalom uvarei et hakol. Please turn to page 268. I invite Noam Lazarus Klein for the English reading.
Every day, the congregation is renewed. Wake up and see unfolding in the spreading light of God. The world and all of it contains coming into being new, fresh, filled with divine godness and love. Every day, creation is renewed, reflected in the great lights. We see new day, one precious day, eternity.
Please turn to page 277 for the Shema and V'ahavta. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kavod Malchuto Le'olam Va'ed. V'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavecha v'chol nafshecha v'chol me'odecha v'hayu hadvarim ha'elu asher Anochi metzavecha hayom ha'levavecha v'shiratam levanecha v'dibartam v'shivtecha v'reitecha v'vavtecha b'derech v'v'shachpecha v'v'necha v'shartam le'ot avodecha v'hayu l'tofo b'neinecha v'utavtam ha'mitzvotecha v'visharecha. We continue on 285. Leman tizkeru va'asitem et kol mitzvotai v'yitem kedoshim Elohechem. Ani Adonai Elohechem asher hotzeiti etchem mi'eretz Mitzrayim liyot lachem Elohim. Ani Adonai Elohechem. Please turn to page 291. Cantor Frank will lead us in the Michamocha.
Lord,
295, as Cantor Frank will lead us in the Amidah.
Open my lips, beloved one, and let my mouth declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu, Elohei Eloheinu, Elohei Abraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah. Ater HaGadol HaGibor HaDocha, Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, V'Konei HaKol, V'Zocher Chasdei Avot Ve'Yizmot, U'Mevii Geula Livnei B'neihem, L'man Shemo Ve'Ahava, Melech Ozer Moshiach Magen. Baruch atah Adonai, Magid Avraham, V'Ezrat Sarah. Atah Gibor le'olam Adonai, Rav le'Hoshia, Mori atah. V'chakel chayim v'chesed, v'chayim kol chay v'rachamim rabim, somech noflim v'rofeh olim. Umatir asurim, umekayem emunato, v'shenei hafa'ah, v'kamova al givurot, u'vidor ve'alav, nelech levi umechayem, umatziach yeshua, v'nemhan atar chachayot kol chai. Baruch atah Adonai, mekayem kol chai. Page 303. Nekadesh Shemcha Babolam, Hashem Shvach Tishimoto B'Shmei Mabur, Kakatuv Vayadriyecha, V'Karazel Zebiyamar, Kadosh, 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 Adonai Tzivaot, L'kol haaretz kevodo. Az bekorash gadol atir v'chazak, mas mimko. Minaseim liumatam zerafim, liumatam Baruch Yomeru. Baruch kevod Adonai, Yimkomo. Im lo Adonai Leonam, Elohai Yitzion, Ledor vador, Hallelujah. Ledor vador, Ledor vador, Ledor vador, Nagid God lecha, Ledor vador, Ledor vador, Ledor vador, Nagid God lecha. ולנצח נצחים, קדושתך נקדיש, קדושתך נקדיש, לשמך אלוהינו בפינו ימוש, לעולם לעולם ועד. לדור ודור, לדור ודור, לדור ודור נגיד God לך, לדור ודור, לדור ודור, לדור נגיד God לך, כי המלך גדול, גדול וקדוש, וקדוש וקדוש אתה. לדור ודור, לדור ודור, לדור ודור נגיד God לך, לדור ודור, לדור ודור, לדור ודור נגיד God לך, Baruch atah Adonai.
We continue quietly until page 223. No, wait, 323. Shalom b'mama, say shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, v'yimru amen. Yaseh shalom, Yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, Yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu, v'yakol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, Yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu, v'yakol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, Yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu, v'yakol Yisrael. Please turn to page 393. I would like to invite my uncle, Rabbi Micah Becker Klein, to lead us in the Torah service.
Thank you, Jarah. Mazel tov. Yasher Koach on all that you've done to this moment on this morning. Boker Tov, Shabbat Shalom to you all. We are in the moment of embracing Torah, connecting the generations, and connecting times, and connecting us between the people here in this room to the people out there in the interverse, in that interweb that's going on out there, those who are tuning in from all around the world and all around the country, and also to those who are no longer here with us, whose memories we hold dear. So I would like to invite up the family who is going to receive Torah on this Shabbat morning, and invite Jarah in a moment after we pass the Torah to lead us in Shema Yisrael. If you're able to rise, community, if you're comfortable standing, I'll invite you to stand. Our Torah is here. We pass from one generation to the next. Responsibly.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael, Adonai
parts like a
Ora, ora, hallelujah. You can be seated. Ora, hallelujah. Ora, hallelujah. Ora, hallelujah. I'd like to invite Harvey Horowitz, who's going to be serving as Gabbai, to join Jarah and Alex at the center microphone, or from wherever he's comfortable. And our first aliyah will be, if you have Turkish Chumash, or you have the Esaim, whichever Chumash you might have, Numbers 12, 1 through 3, and we invite up for the first aliyah, the grandparents. We're going to invite up Lynette and Henry Lazarus. We're going to invite up Mindel and Ira Pierce, and Klein Hasid and Eli Hasid.
If you have a Hertz Chumash, which might be under the seat.
Ya'amadu kol ha-sabot v'satot shel Jarah harishonim.
Jarah will be reading on page 618 in Hertz.
Moshe Odot Ha'isha Hakushi Asher Lakach Isha Kushi Lakach B'Yomrim Harach Ach B'Moshe Diber Adonai Halo Gambari Diber Vayishma Adonai Va'ish Moshe Anav Ha'od Mikol Ha'adam Asher Al Penei Ha'adamah.
Our second aliyah is granted to the aunts and uncles. You can start making your way forward. Mara Friedman, Aria Wood, Leah Charleston, Elisa Cohen, Beth Adler, and Rabbi Micah Becker. Our aliyah continue.
Baruch Adonai Amvorach Le'olam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Amvorach Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu Haolam Asher barach banu mikol ha'amim v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch Atah Adonai Noten HaTorah.
Moshe ve'al Aharon ve'al Miriam Se'u shloshtechem el Ohel Moed Vayetzu shalosh tal Vayered Adonai ve'amod Anan Vaya'amod petach ha'ohel Vayikra Aharon u'Miriam Vayetzu shnehem Vayomer Shimuna Devarai Imihiyeh Nevi Achem Adonai Bamara Elav et Vada Bachalom Adaverbo Mochain Abdi Moshe Bechol Beiti Ne'emanu Pe'el Adaverbo Bamara Velo Bechidod Utmina Adonai Yapit Madua Lo Yeraitem Ledaber B'Abdi Moshe.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan lanu Torah emet, v'chayei olam nata b'tocheinu. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu Torah. Amen. For our third of 4 Aliyot on this Bat Mitzvah Shabbat morning, we invite up parents, we invite up siblings of Jarah, Ashira, and Alex are invited up to the Torah. Ya'amadu Ashira Yonina Bahu Ben Zev V'Mindel Alta V'Moreinu Hara Moshe Ben HaHenech V'Leah L'Aliyah HaShlishi. Verses 9 through 13.
Asher no onu v'asei chatanu ana tihi kamet Asher b'tzei tov v'reichem imo ve'achel Hatzi v'tzaro Vayitzak Moshe Adonai Emor
That's right. She's talking about Miriam's face being all messed up. So it's okay. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan lanu Torah emet, v'chayei olam nata b'tocheinu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Wow, Yasher Koach to Jarah, to all of those who had Aliyot who came up. And we're going to take a moment at this point to invite her teacher. I'm going to invite specifically Harvey, who's been helping Jarah learn all this time how to do this important work she's been carrying on, how to maintain composure through these moments, how to stand in front of you all from all the places we've come here today and to breathe through this moment. So as she comes up to the Torah for her final aliyah, we're going to invite her to announce her name and invite her as Bat Mitzvah to the Torah.
It's our custom that when we invite up the Bat Mitzvah that we all rise, and after she's called up at Rabbi Alex's cue, we give her extra luck with a chizki. Good luck, be strong. Tamo Ta'amod, ta'amod, habachura bat mitzvah, Yarachava bat harav Moshe, ve'ashira yonina, maftira,
Chizki. No piano? Not yet. Oh.
Baruch Hu Adonai Hamvorach. Baruch Adonai Hamvorach Elam Va'ed. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kirvanu ad avodat tov v'natan lanu et Torah. Baruch Atah Adonai noten Torah.
Amen.
Vayomer Adonai a Moshe v'havia Jarah Befaneha halo tikaleim shivat yamim tisager shivat yamim michutz hamachana Ateyasev Mechar teyasev Vatisager Miriam michutz hamachana shivat yamim V'ha'am lo nasa Ateyasev Miriam V'achar nas'u ha'am chatzerot v'yachanu b'midbar para. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torah emet v'hayei olam nata b'tochenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten Torah.
Amen. You may be seated.
That's right. So we are going to have we have a few moments now to offer blessings. And the blessings that we say when Torah is out on a reading time are blessings of Mishabera. And so, in particular, on this morning, we are wishing Mishabera to Jarah. And so, we're going to take a moment here and craft our own Mishabera for where she has come on this moment in life. So I want you to take a moment, as I'm talking here, to think about maybe a one-word blessing that you can offer to Jarah. And as I begin sharing the Mishabera, and then I'm going to take a pause and I'll let my arm go around the room, you can gently, softly articulate as best you can the blessing you want to share with Jarah. So she can carry with her here, today, now, forward, from this point on. Mishabeirach Avotenu Avram Yitzchak Yaakov Imotenu Sarah Rivka Rachel v'Leah Hu Yivarech et Yarah. May the one who blessed our ancestors Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Sarah, Rebecca, Rachel, and Leah, bless Jarah, who is the daughter of Alex and Ashira, and may she know from this point forward many more blessings in life that she knew from the moment of her birth until this moment in time. And may Jarah, you always know that you have your own personal mantra, your own personal chant that comes from this week's Torah portion. And if you ever find yourself in a moment of need, in a moment of suffering, you, Jarah, can say, Anna el na rifana la'anu, which I like a little bit better because what it means is, God, please heal all of us, and especially at this time when our world needs so much healing, I think you have the perfect Torah portion. So may you know in all the journeys that you're going to take in life that you have your own personal chant that can ground you at any moment so you can breathe through all those times. And may you know many more happiness. May you know much more happiness. And may you know from your brothers all kinds of great things. Maybe a little different than Aaron and Moses did in this week's Torah portion, hopefully, except for when they try to help each other out. So let us also say, may Jarah on her journey continue to learn and be an inspiration to all of those around her. And if you grow up and become a great inspiring person in this world, then we will know many more good things. And you will make it a world of justice and a world of peace. And we all here know of the rainbow light that comes out of you and how awesome you love the world and how you love nature. And so with that, I hope you have many more times to engage in those points in time where you can see the majesty, the magic, and the holiness in the tree, and the tree sees the holiness in you.
If it wasn't the pandemic, I'd be very close to you right now. But okay, here we are. So I'm giving you a gentle spiritual hug, which you probably appreciate anyhow, because I know you very well. So, with that, my friends and family, mostly, I want to invite you who are here now to share your blessings with Jarah. And those of you who are out there in the internets and the interwebs, you can enter them into the chat. You can enter them into the window below so Jarah can keep and hold on to these blessings. So, friends, a blessing for Jarah. Let's start we'll go from front row back, because I'm mostly that way anyhow.
Health,
Happiness.
strength, confidence,
Joy.
pride, courage, gratitude, prosperity, kindness,
Laughter. I'm going to come to the left side for shit.
fun, truth,
Mishpacha.
Intelligence.
Jarah, this is the list of blessings you get to carry. You get to carry it with you in any moment in that journey in life. And may it be a wonderful journey filled with discovery and new things and new achievements from this point forward. May all of us know happiness with Jarah and her family and friends. And let us all say, Amen. And that's Abisha Bailey. So now we have the wonderful opportunity to hear a little bit of the prophets. We're going to hear from Zechariah, chapter 2, verses 14 through chapter 3, verse 4, as the Haftarah is read to us this morning. And after that, you probably have some soft, gentle wishes you would like to loft upon Jarah, perhaps.
Page 620 if you're using the Hertz.
Page 620 if you're using the Hertz Kumai.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar b'nivim shovim v'ratzah b'divreihem hana'emarim be'emet. Baruch atah Adonai abocher b'torah u'Moshe avdo b'nviei ha'emet b'tzedek. Roni v'simchi b'tzion ki heniva v'shachanti v'tochech ne'um Adonai nilvu goyim rabin Adonai bayom hahu v'hayu lifne'am v'shachanti v'tochech v'yadat ki Adonai tziva'ot shochani elayich anacha Adonai et Yehuda el kol adma hakodesh uvachar od b'Yerushalayim haskol basar mipnei Adonai ki ne'or sim'on kocho vayar'eni et Yehoshua hakohen hagadol omeid lifnei al malach Adonai v'hasatan omeid al yamino v'sitno vayomer Adonai ahasatan yigar Adonai v'hasatan v'yigar Adonai v'cha habocher b'Yerushalayim halozeh ud mitzvot me'esh v'hoshua haya lavush v'gadim so'im v'omeid lifnei hamal'ah v'ya'an v'yomer ha'amdim fanav le'mor Asiru hagadim hatzoim me'al Asharti Me'alecha Avonecha V'chol Beish Otecha Machalatzot Baruch Ata Adonai Eloheinu Melech HaOlam Shor Kol HaOlamim Tzadik B'chol HaDorot Ha'el HaNe'eman HaOmer V'oseh HaMedaber Mekayim Shekol Devarav Emet V'tzedek HaTorah Ve'el HaVodah Ve'al Hanvi'im Ve'al Yom HaShabbat Hazeh Shenatata Lanu Adonai Eloheinu L'kedusha v'lemenucha L'chavod L'tifaret Al-kol Adonai Eloheinu Anachnu modim lach U'mevarakim otach Yibarach Shimcha b'fi kol Ha'tamid le'olam va'ed Baruch Ata Adonai Mekadesh HaShabbat
Jarah's going to come over here in the middle here. She's not allowed to throw any candy back at you. She's much closer than a normal bar bat mitzvah. No, you have to step up.
You can't hit any of the rabbis in the room either.
And to Noam and Boaz, remember, she will be older than you when you have your bar mitzvah.
Simen tapu, mazel tapu, mazel tapu, simen tapu, simen tapu, mazel tapu, mazel tapu, simen tapu, simen tapu, mazel tapu, mazel tapu, simen tapu, yeiladu. Simen tapu, mazel tapu, mazel tapu, simen tapu, simen tapu, mazel tapu, mazel tapu, simen tapu, simen tapu, mazel tapu, mazel tapu, simen tapu, yeiladu. Yeilanu, Yeilanu, Ulecho Yisrael. Yeilanu, Yeilanu, Ulecho Yisrael. Simen tapu, mazel tapu, mazel tapu, simen tapu, simen tapu, mazel tapu, mazel tapu, simen tapu, simen tapu, mazel tapu, mazel tapu, simen tapu, Yeilanu. Mazel tov. Thank you for cleaning up so nicely. And we're going to turn to 441 in a moment so that we can have the tree of life, our Eitz Hayim, our inspiration, the Torah, connected to us into these moments connecting all of us throughout history. And Jarah continues leading us. Page 441. If you're able to rise, please rise.
It is a tree of life for those who have passed away, and all its supporters are happy. It is a tree of life for those who have passed away, and all its supporters are happy. Shalom, shalom. Shalom, shalom. Shalom, shalom. Shalom, shalom. It is a tree of life for those who have passed away, and all its supporters are happy. It is a tree of life for those who have passed away, and all its supporters are happy. Shalom, shalom. Shalom, shalom. Shalom, shalom. Oh, shalom.
Maybe see.
We get to hear from Jarah a little bit on the Shabbat morning, some inspiration, some learning, so that we can grow our minds and including our spirit. And we hear a bit about her journey to reaching this point, this moment. And as she catches her breath and gathers her composure, finds her center, find everyone to take a nice breath in gently through your mouth, out through your mouth, and just feel how blessed it is to actually be together, to be here, and to feel what it means to be connected again. We'll listen to Jarah teach us a little bit this one. Jarah.
Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
My Torah portion, Bechalochtha, tells the story of when Miriam and Aaron spoke out against Moses. They accused Moses of marrying a Cushite woman. They wanted to talk to God just like their brother did. In punishment, Miriam is stricken with leprosy. Because of how contagious she is, Miriam was sent out of the camp. The only way to cure her and bring her back is to pray to God. Moses prays and Miriam is healed. This story brought up many questions for me. Why is it only Miriam who gets punished, not Aaron? Does Miriam deserve the punishment that she got? What is it about being a Cushite that is such a problem? And why do Moses' siblings care so much about his wife being a Cushite in the first place? Let's start with the question about the Cushite. Cush is an ancient African country thought to be near modern-day Ethiopia. It is likely that it was her skin tone that was a problem. Since the Israelites just fled Egypt as slaves only a few years before, no one should be accusing anyone of how they look. Racism and bigotry is still a big problem today. I have been to many protests over the past few years, including rallies for Black Lives Matter, supporting Asian Americans, women's equality, and protests against transphobia. My family and I go in order to a strike. Equality is very important to me. Now let's focus on the question about why only Miriam was punished. In this story, both Miriam and Aaron spoke out against Moses, yet it was only Miriam that got punished. Why? Well, I can't prove it. It is likely that it was because Miriam was a woman. This is also about equality. No one should be treated differently because of their race, gender, or religion. Ever since the beginning of the pandemic, I have learned about gender identity. I have learned that gender is just a social construct. A person can feel like a man, a woman, and possibly neither, and it could be different than what society looks at them. Gender identity can also be about how a person dresses. As you can see right now, I'm wearing a suit. That doesn't mean I'm a boy. Clothing you choose to wear doesn't represent the gender that you are. Clothing represents how you choose to express yourself. For my Bat Mitzvah project, I've been making and selling beaded bracelets with rainbow colors in support of the Western New York Pride Center. The rainbow flag is an iconic symbol for the LGBTQ+ community. Thanks to your generosity, I've been able to raise over $3,000 for this important cause. To go back to my questions, does Miriam deserve the punishment that she got? My answer is no. The rabbis believe that Miriam got her punishment because she spoke Lashon Hara, or the evil tongue. They understood that talking badly to someone can injure them. Therefore, you should be careful about what you say. The old statement, sticks and stones will break your bones, but words will never hurt you. I don't think that's true, and I know that words can hurt you just as much as sticks and stones. In my perfect world, people can be who they want to be, and they wouldn't get judged by others. In my Haftorah, or my additional reading, God says, not by might, not by power, but by spirit. Debbie Friedman, who was one of the first female Jewish composers, took these words and wrote the song, not by might, not by power, but by spirit, so we all live in peace. She was talking about a better world, so we don't have to fight anymore. In this world, Miriam wouldn't have been punished, but would have been taught to embrace differences. Lastly, I would like to share about the kippah, or head covering, I am wearing. This kippah supports a project called Kippot for Mitzvah. The kippahs were made by women in Uganda. This project supports women and clean water. Each kippah brings safe water to one person for 1 year in Uganda. In school, I read the book called A Long Walk to Water. One part of the story is about a young girl who has to walk miles through a hot sun just to get water for her family. After reading this book, it has inspired me to bring clean, safe, and easily accessible water to families in Africa. In the Torah, Miriam is connected to water. Tradition teaches that a well followed her wherever she went, providing the Israelites with water. In this way, my kippot are connected to the Torah portion. I would like to take a moment to thank all the people in my life who helped me get to where I am now. First, I would like to thank Cantor Frank and Mr. Horowitz for helping me with my prayers, Torah, and Haftorah. And you really helped me have the confidence to come up here today. I would like to thank Einam Simons and my religious school teachers, most especially my Hebrew teacher this year, Mrs. McNamara, for helping me develop my Hebrew skills and perfect my prayers. To my dad, I would like to thank him for working with me on my speech and helping me learn the importance of being Jewish. And to my mom, for all the hard work that she has done to make this the most special day I could have ever imagined. I couldn't have done it without you two. To Boaz, thank you for always cheering me up and being there to help support me. To Noam, thank you for always making me laugh and cheer me up when I'm stressed. To my extended family, I'm so grateful to have you with me both in person and virtually. You mean the world to me. Thanks for always being there. I'm so thankful for all the love and support I have received to achieve my goals as a Jewish adult. Shabbat Shalom.
I'd like to invite up the parents to give a blessing to Jarah on this most important time and day.
Of course, this is the most fun part. All right. Jarah, it is hard to believe that it was 13 years ago this Memorial Day that Ima and I traveled to Western New York for the first time as a family. Held close to your Ima's chest was a little 3-month-old baby who cried non-stop our entire way from our then home in Philadelphia.
True story. You are small but mighty, already showing your determination to do great things in this world. Your Abba and I tried our best to offer love and support in this colicky, very long days and nights. And later, as you adjusted to being in your own room, and eventually off to school. How could we ever forget standing outside your door of your class, watching tears stream down your little face, like me. The way that you welcomed your brother Boaz and Noam into our home when they were born. You could not stop loving them, kissing them, and hugging them.
We knew a few things about you in those early years. 1, you had a mind of your own. 2, you loved getting messy. And 3, despite your early separation anxiety, you were completely unafraid of any physical challenges. Like climbing to the top of our tall Austrian pines. I just learned that they're called Austrian. In our backyard. You are definitely Ima's child in that regard.
Looking at you now, it is amazing how you have grown before our eyes. Where has our very little girl gone? We have watched you take on more responsibility with cooking and baking delicious food, from babka and lemon bars to breads and vegetarian dishes. You have chosen to be a vegetarian for your love and care for animals. During this pandemic, you have tried out and made the school team, not only for soccer, but also for 2 new sports. Basketball, yes, small but mighty, and lacrosse. I can hear Grandpa Bob in my head cheering you on at all your games with his booming, deep voice.
What a year this has been, Jarah, and you have come through with flying colors. You have learned to be flexible in your learnings on Zooms. You have worked with your brothers on many, many projects, sometimes even getting along with them. And you have managed to still see your friends outside in a safe and fun way, even in temperatures below freezing. Despite everything that was thrown at you, your perseverance has shown through.
We are so very proud of you for all that you have accomplished with your bat mitzvah. You have worked so hard all year, attending services virtually with Abba, going to the outdoor park and praise services when it wasn't freezing and raining, and tutoring to learn the prayers and Torah, chanting and reading. You did it with flying colors.
This year, you have begun to search for who you are and how you want to live in this world. We are in awe of your self-awareness and your inner strength to be your own self and not to try to be anyone else. You have taught us so much about people and not trying to fit any person in a box. You have showed us how to stretch and reach and grow out of our own thoughts and judgments about gender identity. And we thank you for being our teacher.
As you look to the future, we hope you will be your true self and others, true to yourself and others, and know we will support you always, no matter what. The world is a much better place with you in it, leading the way as a precious daughter, true friend, and all-around kind and generous person. We are blessed to have you as our daughter. And Boaz and Noam are so blessed to have you as a sister. We know you will do such amazing things in this world. We can't wait to watch.
Mazal Tov, we love you and are grateful to be your parents. You are all we ever dreamed of, even when you were screaming all night long as a 3-month-old. And you're more than we dreamed of and more over 13 years ago. And I think we're ready for you, Bruce. He's got some gifts. No.
So I have the privilege of presenting you with your gifts, which of course I can't actually present them to you, but we can talk about them. First of all, though, Mazel Tov, Jarah. Can you imagine the pressure of being a rabbi's kid and doing a bat mitzvah? And you did it with flying colors. Now I should tell you something. 6 months ago, your father came to me and he said, Bruce, I don't want to look like I'm showing favoritism to Jarah. Should we double her Torah portion? I said, no, Alex, you can't do that. He said, well, can we make the bat mitzvah twice as long? I said, no, you can't do that. He said, well, can I be really critical of her? And I said, no. You can kvel, but you can't fetch. And that's what he was doing today. It's funny, you know, I'm up on the bima a lot for these things, and I can look down at the parents, and I can see the look on their faces. And Ashira, obviously, I couldn't see you from the back of the room, but every time Alex was up there, you could see the smile under his mask. Your family is very proud of you. Your temple family is very proud of you. Your brothers are a little nervous because you kind of set the bar. And so, Boaz, the clock is ticking for you. And knowing, by the time you do your bar mitzvah, these two are going to be like this big, and they're going to be throwing their kid. Did you see him? He was like Nolan Ryan on steroids. Anyway, the youngest always do that. And then just remember, payback. Anyway, so Mazel Tov. There are a number of gifts for you. There's, of course, your bat mitzvah certificate, suitable for framing. Hang it anywhere you like. The Kiddush cup, which is a gift from the Women of Shir Shalom and the men's group, which you will use, we hope, for all happy occasions throughout your life. There is a gift certificate for a trip to Israel, which we hope you will take advantage of. Is there a class gift also?
Well, there's a yad from the religious school.
And a yad from the religious school. So lots of gifts, and you deserve every one of them. Mazel Tov, you did a wonderful job, and we're all very proud of you.
We'll now hear the priestly priestly benediction, and Cantor Frank will present the threefold blessing of peace.
We can all write.
Shine his face and be gracious unto you. May Adonai raise his face unto you and grant and grant you peace.
We're going to stay standing for the Aleinu, which Jarah is going to lead on 454. That was great.
Yeah.
Page 445.
445. Ah, I did the good verse. Senior moment. Early.
Start? Aleinu l'shabayach l'Adon ha'tov, v'tekedu celebration, she'natan sanu Torah temet, v'vayishonam matavitochenu, v'anachnu korim, v'nishtachavim u'modim, l'ifnei melech malchei hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. V'ne'emar, v'haya Adonai, lemelech al kol haaretz, bayom hahu, yeh Adonai echad, u'shemo, u'shemo, u'shemo
Can invite Ashira up here with me. We're going to do the Mourner's Kaddish 451 in honor of her dad, Robert Klein.
Yitgadal, Yitgadash, Shmei Rabbah, Mal Dibrach, Berutei, Michmal Futei, V'chaychon, V'vimeichon, V'chayei, D'chol B'Yisrael, V'agala, V'bizman Kari, V'imru, Amen. Yesh Shmei Rabbah, L'barach, Le'elam, Maya. Yitbarach, V'yishtabach, V'yitpa'ar, V'yitfarmam, V'yitnaseh, V'yithadar, V'yit'aleh, V'yit'alav, Shmei D'Kudusha, Le'elam min kol berchata v'shirata, tush bechata v'nechamata, damiran b'yama v'yimru, Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu v'yakol Yisrael v'imaru amen. Oseh shalom v'imrumav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu v'yakol Yisrael v'yakol yoshvei tevel v'imru amen.
You may be seated, and we have one final prayer from Jarah, Adon Olam. It's on page 459.
Adon Olam, Asher Malach, B'Terem Kol Yetzir Nirach. Adon Olam, Li'et Nasa, V'Chef Soko, Azai Melech Shemo Nikra. Adon Olam, Adon Olam, Adon Olam, Asher Malach, B'Terem Kol Yetzir Nirach. Li'et Nasa, V'Chef Soko, Azai Melech Shemo Nikra. Adon Olam, Ve'acharei Kichlot HaKol, Levado Yimloch Nara. Adon Olam, Ve'hu Haya, Ve'hu Hoveh, Ve'hu Yeh Betifara. Adon Olam, Adon Olam, Asher Malach, B'Terem Kol Yetzir Nirach. Li'et Nasa, V'Chef Soko, Azai Melech Shemo Nikra. Adon Olam, Ve'hu Echad, Ve'ein Sheni, L'ham Shelo L'hachbira. Adon Olam, V'li Reshit, V'li Tachlit, V'lo Ha'od L'ham Sira. Adon Olam, Adon Olam, Asher Malach, B'Terem Kol Yetzir Nirach. Li'et Nasa, V'Chef Soko, Azai Melech Shemo Nikra. Adon Olam, Ve'hu Eli, V'chai Goali, V'tzor Chavli B'Eit Sarah. Adon Olam, Ve'hu Nisi, Umanosli, Minat Kosi B'Yom Ekra. Adon Olam, Asher Malach, B'Terem Kol Yetzir Nirach. Li'et Nasa, V'Chef Soko, Azai Melech Shemo Nikra. Adon Olam, V'yado Afki Ruchi, B'Eit Isham V'A'ira. Adon Olam, V'im Ruchi Geviati, Adonai Li V'lo Yira. Adon Olam, Asher Malach, B'Terem Kol Yetzir Nirach. Li'et Nasa, V'Chef Soko, Azai Melech Shemo Nikra. Adon Olam.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagadol. Baruch atah
Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, motzi lechem mi'haaretz. Amen.
As you came in peace, may you leave in peace. Please return your prayer books or Bruce will kill me. Shabbat Shalom.